This isn't your typical courtroom plea. What begins as a story of compassion spirals into one of tragic neglect, legal complexity, and devastating consequences. Today, we're inside the gripping trial of Yvonne Monica Petz, a woman who claims she was just trying to help two kids off the street, but now stands accused in the horrific death of one of them. The courtroom is tense. Emotions are raw, and behind every word is a story layered with trauma, unanswered questions, and legal stakes that could change lives. From bond denial to disturbing allegations of child abuse, this case has everything: a wheelchair-bound defendant, a plea deal with 18 years in prison, and a judge who isn't afraid to call out hard truths. But the biggest question still remains: was this woman a good Samaritan who made fatal mistakes, or something much darker? Let's break it all down.
All right, defense, do you have any witnesses?
No, Judge, we've filed and attached an affidavit from Ms. Perez, showing it to the state, where she obviously the court knows how long she's been in custody.
Please whisper.
She's been in continuous custody, so she's unable to make bond. Her family and friends are either unwilling or unable to help with her bond. Her assets, because she's been in custody for so long, she doesn't have any. She doesn't have any money. She doesn't have a house. She doesn't have a vehicle. And in addition to that, we've outlined two different incidents that happened at the Bexar County Jail, where she's been attacked two different times. And the most recent one led her to be in a wheelchair, and the condition that she's in. She does receive medication from the.
Here, the defense is painting a desperate picture, not just of the crime, but of the woman behind bars. Yvonne Petz, we're told, is not only financially ruined but physically broken after multiple attacks in jail. She's in a wheelchair, taking medication, and has no home, car, or support system. The defense even argues for release on strict GPS monitoring. But the prosecution isn't buying a tan, neither is the judge. Here's something to think about. Should poor health and vulnerability factor into a bond decision when a child's life has been lost? Let us know what you'd do if you were on the bench.
The death of a child.
All right, everyone, please whisper.
A pretty horrific death of a child. And at this time, they are allegations, but due to the serious nature, we feel that $200,000 is appropriate. But that if the court is willing to lower them, then obviously full conditions. But for something involving something like this, I feel like anything lower than 150 even would be just way too low. It also is a little concerning that no one's willing to help her, because then how is she going to be supported in the community? That's concerning.
The state's tone shifts hard here, and it's not just about the $200,000 bond. The prosecutor raises a chilling point: no one is willing to support Yvonne Petz. That silence speaks volumes. Is it financial limitation or something more unsettling? In high-stakes cases involving the death of a child, support systems or lack thereof can play a huge role in how the court perceives risk. The prosecution isn't just arguing numbers. They're painting Petz as someone isolated, unstable, and potentially dangerous if released. Do you think her bond should have been lowered, or did the judge get it right?
The jail with her safety, just let the court know. But my understanding, she is in protective custody. Beyond that, that's all I can do. And counsel, I've always found them to be receptive if there's.
The judge's decision comes swiftly. Motion denied. Why? No evidence that Petz can afford bond and, more importantly, a serious lack of trust in her stability. The judge acknowledges her medical situation but keeps the focus on public safety and legal precedent. Even with alleged attacks in jail, protective custody is deemed sufficient. This isn't about sympathy, it's about responsibility. And in a case where a child has died under questionable care, the court is in no mood to gamble. It's a clear signal. Accountability comes first. Do you agree with the judge's no-nonsense stance?
That the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you understand you're charged with assault intentionally, knowingly of serious bodily injury by omission with a child? Did you understand that's the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Range of punishment is 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your
Do
Honor.
you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Pettis, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her rights to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 18 years in the prison and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State Officer State's Exhibit 1.
No objections.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. Is there a reason she's crying?
She's just upset.
All right, what are you upset about?
Just situation. I didn't expect this.
What's upsetting you about the situation?
Try to do something kind and just,
It's just I don't know if the court has noticed, every time she's come in, she's been very,
Crying.
very emotional, Your Honor.
I apologize, Your Honor.
No, I'm just asking questions. All right, if we can go off the record. All right, state, are you asking to amend the stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objections.
All right, and then the court will review states exhibits 1 and attachments with the amended stipulations. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyone want to say why I should follow this plea bargain agreement?
I can speak briefly on that, Your Honor. I think for the stipulations, so the way that she came about, Ms. Pettis came about to have the child was kind of strange to begin with. She, in my opinion, I think saw these 2 children that were on the streets. Her and her partner tried to help take them in. And then obviously there was an incident that Ms. Pettis describes a week prior to this where, again, she should have taken the girl in for medical treatment immediately. And then obviously she fell from the stairs.
Let's backtrack a
Okay.
little bit. Because it says in the stipulations that there were 2 people outside of the store. She says she's being a good Samaritan. So she takes them both back to her apartment. And then she tells one of them, I can no longer keep you here. You need to leave. But I'll keep the complainant.
Yes, her and her partner, so her partner ended up, I believe, keeping the younger boy, and she kept the younger girl.
This is where things take a disturbing turn. Yvonne Petz takes in 2 children. She barely knows kids reportedly left on the street and separates them between herself and her partner. No legal adoption. No CPS clearance. Just a good Samaritan act that quickly turns into a nightmare. Why would someone with no formal guardianship isolate a vulnerable girl in this way? This moment reveals the fatal gap between intention and responsibility. What began as kindness may have ended in tragedy, and the court knows it. How much weight should we give to someone's original intentions when the outcome is this horrific?
The steps that you would pitch her.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
it wasn't like I'm pitching her just kind of like a grab, like just
It says it
to
left
prompt her.
bruises.
I'm sorry.
It said it left bruises.
I didn't realize it was gonna leave a bruise. I didn't intentionally do it to like leave that bruise. The little girl, when my daughter was, when my,
And so I think she's describing as, yes, she again is admitting to that. It doesn't matter whether you think it's going to leave a bruise or not leave.
This defense, "it was just a pinch," is jaw-dropping. Petz admits to pinching the child as punishment, but claims she didn't mean to leave a bruise. The courtroom doesn't flinch. Because here's the truth, intent does not erase harm. Whether it was a slap, a grab, or a pinch, it left bruises on a child who would later die. This moment crystallizes the central tension of the case: negligence wrapped in excuses. Can a person plead ignorance when basic care and protection were so clearly lacking? Let us know in the comments. Does this sound like a mistake or a pattern?
Every time I talk to her, she's upset, and it's not because of so much of her situation, it's because of what happened, and she knows that she did wrong. She knows, she wishes she could go back in time and change all of that, and she says that every time I talk to her. And so,
Like maybe if somebody is offering you a child, maybe calling the police.
yes, going that far back, it's not one mistake, it's things that happen over and over. And again,
So was the child healthy when she received the child?
I don't,
Was the child healthy when you received the child?
The first one is Joel,
No, I'm talking
Oh.
about the child that is deceased.
I don't,
Was that child healthy when you received the child?
healthy in a sense, she
Healthy
was
in the
skinny,
sense that
she
she
was
had-
skinny,
Did
we
she have
fed
all her
her.
hair?
Did she have all her what? Her
Hair.
hair?
On her head?
Yes, Your Honor, only like patches, like not patches, but like her hair was thin. Her hair wasn't thick, it was thin. Her hair was thin. And she came when I picked her up when Cassandra told me to go, and when we went to go pick her up, she had like a dirty little outfit. I bought her clothes, there's a lot of things that I should have done and I didn't do when she first arrived at our home. I should have taken her to get a welfare check. I should have done, and I didn't. I just was
well,
trying to
and like Your Honor said,
help.
I mean, the initial thing would be to contact authorities to go through the proper channels. I think CPS was contacted prior to
They did.
this and made contact with Ms. Pettis, so they were aware of the situation, but again,
Aware of what situation?
that the girl was staying with Ms. Pettis. But
Was
again,
that before or after the child
before,
was taken to the hospital?
before, I believe.
So Child Protective Services was aware that somebody off the street gave her a child. And she picked up the phone and called Child Protective Services and said,
No,
"I have this child."
No, Ms. Pettis didn't. They contacted her. So again, I agree with the court. She should have done a lot of different things.
Well, I
and
mean, I'm just unpacking things a little bit.
Yes.
So,
The mother has extensive history with CPS and had different children taken away, so I think CPS was checking into the whereabouts of Ronnie and Howell.
all right.
Was told that.
So that's how CPS found out that the child was in her care,
Yes.
and CPS did nothing.
Parent.
Here's where it gets truly heartbreaking. CPS knew. They were aware the child was with pets yet did nothing to intervene. The judge is visibly frustrated, pointing out a chilling truth. Sometimes, our systems fail the very children they're meant to protect. Overworked, underfunded, or simply negligent, whatever the reason, a child slipped through the cracks. And now the question echoes through the courtroom: how could this happen? The mother lost custody. A stranger took the child. CPS walked away. Is this just Yvonne Petz's fault, or do we also need to confront a broken system?
I found strange as well, to, I guess, put it nicely. But
So why am I falling in this plea?
Your Honor, at this point, the state, after much back and forth, we recommended this plea due to what is actually being charged, and what we can prove. It becomes a question of whether or not we can prove that she did not seek adequate medical attention in terms of she has training as an LVN and attempted to keep an eye on the child at home, and it becomes whether or not we would be able to prove that she failed to do so due to how it is charged, Your Honor. And so at this point, we do feel 18 years for what she's charged with is appropriate.
All right, and does she have a license as an LVN? I'm assuming.
She did in
does.
the past.
She did in the past, and then I needed to renew it.
It's
'Cause I went-
expired, is that right?
Yes, and
Yes.
then I started going to school to EC. Oh, sorry.
that's okay. It's expired.
This is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. Court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, There's to be no contact with minors. There's to be,
Judge, did you say 8 or 18?
18.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I say 18?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
It's okay. Matt and I are
Yes,
just this
all right.
morning.
18, yeah. All right, 18 years in the prison, credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with minors, and there's to be no employment in the future with minors or vulnerable persons.
And with that, the gavel comes down. 18 years in prison, no contact with minors, no future employment around vulnerable people. The court's message is clear: no leniency when a child dies under your watch. But as the sentence is read, we're left with haunting questions. How do we define justice when a system fails from every angle? When kindness crosses into negligence? When oversight becomes a tragedy? This isn't just about Yvonne Pet's, it's about accountability, prevention, and the heartbreaking reality that sometimes trying to help isn't enough. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We've got more truth, drama, and justice coming your way.